Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who props it on the steering wheel or peeks down at it for a glance? Or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
99X, the original 99X, Barnes and Leslie, talking social media. A lot of people fired up about this Senate Bill 165, which was shot down this year. Not the first time it's been shot down. You wonder, eventually, will it get through? A lot of people with opinions. We love hearing it because everyone's got like a different alley they're coming through. 470-741-4999. The bill aimed to ban social media for children under 14. You had to have parental consent, 15 and 14, and also fining the companies up to $50,000 per violation.
That's what happened in Australia. They were talking about Meta. They were talking about Instagram. Exactly.
I don't know how they would police that part, but yeah. Hey, Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
Good morning. This is Chris.
Hey, Chris. What do you think about all of this? Do you have kids?
Yes, I do. I have 4.
What's your youngest?
My youngest is 13. My oldest is 26.
So the 13 would be under this. What do you think? Are you okay with them having social, or do they have it?
They do, and I'm totally okay with it because I pay attention to it. I watch what they do.
That's rare. You're actually parenting?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you talk through this, though, with us? You're actually monitoring what they do. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. I've told them and repeatedly that if you're caught doing this or caught doing that and you're not supposed to, these are the consequences. But, the way I see it with young people now, social media, that's their world.
It's true.
I didn't grow up around that, and that's the way they communicate.
Yeah.
So, as long as they're, I know there's bad people in the world, and, they're banning kids from something is not solving the problem. It's making them aware of what's out there, and people are not always nice, so they need to learn how to handle different situations.
Well, there has to be something to solve the issue, because when you think about how it's getting compounded, all the things you mentioned, bad people, whatever, bullying, and now you've got the scams using AI especially that are so believable that I could see a kid falling for if they were contacted after getting, someone duped their parents and they made a phone call to them, or a messenger or a DM call, whatever. Like, there's just so many hurdles now. That is parenting enough?
I believe it is, because if you teach your kids, hey, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is.
Yeah, but AI is a hard one to foil, though.
Do you have any restrictions about how much time they can? Because I know a lot of parents do. They have like a restriction of how much time you can, be on your phone per day.
No, we actually don't, because they're, I make sure that they're off their phone by spending time with them. And, I spend time outside with my son. Hey, let's go outside. Hey, I'm going to go do this. I need your help. Mm-hmm. My daughter, who's 16, that's kind of a different animal there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, give her 2 minutes. Report back. Let me know how that works.
But I'm on their pages, me and their mom both.
Yeah. Good.
We monitor what they do, and they're very honest with us. And it all comes down to honesty. I mean, these kids now, they're smart.
Yeah.
And
I know
a lot of adults don't give them the credit that they deserve. And you just got to be a parent.
Well, you sound like a great parent.
Thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate it. Yes, you do. You're great to lead. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
We do need, I think, some technology help.
I agree.
Of some sorts, but a lot of early on, the settings, they just didn't work. Because I tried that with my daughters. And then next thing you know, it's just like they found a way around it, or it just didn't work, whatever.
Hi, Morning X. Who's this?
Hey, this is Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Tiffany, are you listening to what we're talking about as far as regulating social media for kids under a certain age?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I don't understand why we need a law for this. I mean, let parents parent.
Uh-huh.
Send the kids outside. Let them be bored. Let them figure out how to get unbored. And how would they enforce it anyway?
Well, the enforcing, that's what I was curious about. They're going to hit them with these big fines, but how are they going to pin the social media? That sounds like a lot of talk to me. It'd be a lot of, these guys have big lawyers. They're not just going to go, okay, you owe me 50 more. But parenting, that theme keeps coming up, but it's so hard to try to compare. And the previous caller had a good point. This is their life now. We didn't have this when we were kids, so we were out playing, riding our bike, doing what we do.
But it was so awesome, though. They need to, we have to find the balance, send them outside. My kids knew video games and all that stuff. It was for rainy days and when it was cold. You get home, you get your ass outside. That was the rule.
More importantly, what kind of phone do you have? Because that's kick-ass quality.
I know.
I have an Android.
Oh, no!
Yes, anti-Apple here.
I take that back. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
We'll see you later. Damn it. She got me. Hey, Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
This is Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. What do you think about all this and the social media banning?
I am definitely a huge advocate on not allowing children to have access to social media. They're not emotionally intelligent enough to make sound decisions when it comes to internet banking.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you can include Crash probably in that.
Yeah.
Also.
Now, do you have kids?
I do. I have two. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Oh, right in the pocket.
Oh, so you're right in the sweet spot.
I am.
Do you let them?
Especially my 10-year-old. So we have tablet time. It is very strict. And they only have Facebook Kids Messenger, but we have to approve everybody that they talk to. And it's mainly just their friends. If adults come in, we, obviously say no. Even if they are our friends, they're only allowed to have connections with our family members.
You know what scares me about your approach, and I have no problem with your approach. I wonder if that fuels them for rebellion later when you are dictating so much. And I'm not being hard on you. I'm wondering out loud.
So,
and anyone who takes this path,
yeah.
Are you setting them up to recoil later and do whatever?
So I think about that because I grew up in a very, very strict home. And unfortunately for me, I was the rebellious kid that definitely pushed the boundaries.
Yeah, same.
But I feel because I have that background and I have this perspective, I'm able to have really, really good conversations with them. And my 10-year-old is actually very mature. There are some things that I feel at 10 they should not be exposed to, and you shouldn't talk about certain things with 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
But, we talk about a lot of adult things with our 10-year-old because we definitely feel that he can handle them. And he understands. And we actually leave the tablets in their rooms. And when we say it's bedtime,
yeah,
I have never had a situation where I had to go back in there and make sure that they are not on the tablet. I've never had to do that.
Wow.
And as long as we keep having that trust, they're fine. And, we'll adjust if they start to become, a little less trusting.
I'm glad, though, that you're having those conversations because I don't think a lot of parents do. But the screen time barns, if not, they're just going to be on them all day.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Little Barnes would have had a second tablet. I would have had that little iPad mini stuck up underneath there.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate you listening to us. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Long-time listener since I was a teenager. So, yes.
Thank you.
Since you were sneaking the iPad back in the day.
Yeah.
We didn't have that, but I definitely had my radio going 99X all night long. So
You were sneaking the transistor. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Love it. Bye-bye. Thanks for the calls. This is the original. This is 99X.
The Sean Ryan Show presents Peak Points. Get timeless inspiration from the very best of The Sean Ryan Show.
September 11th happens. What is the first thing that went through your head?
September 12th, I'm going back in the military.
Talk about being recruited by the cartel. How do you cope? Just learning how to find a new normal. One of the most tragic events in American firefighter history.
You know what comes after.
You have this beautiful life. You have these horrible experiences, yes, but you can do something with them for the greater good.
The Sean Ryan Show Peak Points. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.